Hello, Robert here, actually sitting in the middle of no reception area out in Tjuonajokk. We're sitting in the middle of the restaurant right now. It's very empty here. I opened up and made room for this little studio tonight, and I thought I would show you a little bit about the pike fishing that we do here and explain the common questions I get about what flies I recommend and also about the equipment. So I'm just going to do a very generalized setup here. If I would only bring one pike rod to Tjuonajokk, it would be a single head rod, 9 foot, 9 weight. That I think is necessary to handle all the fishing here. You don't want to go lighter than this. So on this 9 weight rod I have a intermediate line. This is a short belly line that is the granddaddy. On this, this is actually like a kit from Vision, so it's a pike kit rod and it comes with this line, so it's ready to go. It is another reel. I just replaced this to the Vision Hero. I think that reel looks really cool in this kit. I have a 0.70 fluorocarbon leader here above the, like, connected to the fly line, and then after that I have a 40-pound wire. This kit is very strong and reliable when you're handling the pike in the river here. The pike is extremely strong, and when we do fishing from the boat we're often fishing over grass areas. So the grass is covering all from the bottom up to maybe 1 meter below the surface. So as soon as you hook a pike there, they will want to go down into this grass. So you really want to try to avoid that because you often lose a lot of fish that way. We have made a lot of videos from that. I made one video last year where I did pike fishing in the grass that I'll recommend in the corner here. And there is also, when we come to flies, it's not only fishing in deep water. When we fish in shallow water, both from boat and by wading, it can be really cool to have some poppers. I have struggled with the popper fishing here. It has been a little bit difficult to get them to rise to the surface. Of course, that would be normal in most situations. That it's more difficult to catch a pike on a popper. When we did the Topwater Mamas movie, and Niklas brought these long poppers that have an extra hook and a wiggle tail that is hanging below the surface. And when you fish in shallow water, this is just as effective as any other fly I would show you here. So this is super good. We made a fly tying video of this as well in the sauna here in Tjuonajokk. It's really funny. So every fly I will leave a link to if there is a fly tying video of something like this. But this one we already tied here in Tjuonajokk, so you find the link down below in this video. But when we start talking about like later season, more and more pike are leaving the spawning base and going out into deeper water. So there we fish a lot of these grassy areas. So if you come in like middle of July or during August, that's gonna be the prime areas where we find the pike. Having some normal pike streamers will be a really good idea when targeting the pike during the later season. And anytime you come to Tjuonajokk, I think you need something like the flies I will show you. Probably my basic style of pike fly that I use here is tied on a single hook and then a stinger line in the back, a stinger wire. But without the stinger, actually, I just use one hook for the most part and some kind of wiggle tail in the back. This is like in a pink and purple color that I really like, and with a golden tail. The pike fly that caught the most pike ever for me is probably this tube fly in the like dark olive, almost black color. It's really, really good. It is tied with a magic head underneath So this way of tying makes it quite heavy to cast. And then an extra large dragon tail behind, so like this. I will not go into detail about the wires itself here. I have different wires if I fish a tube fly or if I fish a fly like this with a hook. There is a really nice video that Bauer is showing, like how he rigs up his wires, and I totally go the same way. I think it's brilliant. I actually was behind the camera filming that, so I can warmly recommend it. I will leave that video as well, linked below. What else? I have this Bauer original Kicker 2.0. Me and Niklas was sitting here with some guests tying this in the restaurant a few years ago, and this has been working really good, but it's a true fish catcher. So you see, there are some quite colorful flies here in my arsenal, and you might know that the water here is super clear, but especially in like a cloudy day, I really like to fish these colorful flies. They really work. It can be nice to have some natural colors as well. This has been one of my absolute fish catchers from last year. I've used a little bit this year as well, with a darker wiggle tail and a very natural brownish color. I think the pike here eat a lot of burbot, so brown colors really work well as well. And I like to have many different styles of flies, so not all are tied with a wiggle tail, so you don't feel like that has to be on all the flies that you bring just because you see it here. So here you have like a similar version that is tied on a standard single hook like this. During the guidings we have a big pike net, so we fight them hard and we try to bring them into the net as quick as possible. But during handling of the fish and when we fight them like this, I think it works perfectly with a barbless hook. So then it's just easy to remove them and we do less harm to the pike. I think they are a very important part of the ecosystem in the river. Our goal is that the pike fishing will remain here for after our time is over. But it's such an extreme location as well, so it sees very limited amount of people fishing here in general in a year. A really cool fishing, and some of our pike videos, I think the most popular video is up on 600,000 views right now, which is absolutely incredible. But still, since it's such an extreme location, we have very few guests actually targeting the pike here or coming to us. That's been it for this video from the Tjuonajokk restaurant. It's a really cozy environment here and really nice to be able to bring you to this place and show you how we fish for pike here. When I was talking, I recommended one video about pike fishing that I did last year. I'll leave it as a link here in the final as well. That's on my own YouTube channel. Maybe you come from there already. This is Fish Your Dreams' own YouTube channel. I make videos here as well. So make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.